Miguel, how do they replace Trent? How do Liverpool replace Trent Alexander-Arnold? The right back market is looking a bit spooky right now, and he's leaving on a free. So how do they sort that out?
You don't try to replace Trent. What you try to do is replace his creativity by the aggregate. You get better midfielders that can create more, and you play a traditional right back. You're not going to find a Trent 2.0. I think if you go out and try to find an attacking right back and you put a Frimpong in this team, I don't think it works the same way. I think Frimpong is a lot more of an attacking player and less of a defender, and he might be too much of an attacking player to play in this Liverpool system where they play a flat back four. So I would, if I'm Liverpool, go and get a better attacking midfielder to go with this team that can also on that right-hand side or on that left-hand side, whatever type of midfielder you need to create to add more creativity to the team. Because Trent leaving, he's not going to be missed too much in that right defensive third. He's going to be missed in the creativity that he offers in the final third.
Just go and get Pedro Porro.
Stop with the Pedro Porro nonsense, for fuck's sake.
Out your own right back, who's probably your best right back. But why
you've been trying to sell me Pedro League. You've been trying to sell me Pedro Porro for 3 months. I don't want him. I don't want your Honda. Your Honda's safe. Don't worry, I ain't shopping there.
But Tom, you know something? Loyalty is two-way street. I'm not going to go back to Trent, but Robertson's also going to get replaced, right? If he and a lot of you guys wouldn't care if his contract ran down.
I want Robertson to stay.
No, I'm just saying you guys wouldn't care because some of
I want Robertson to stay at the football club
because some of your fans don't think they don't value him the same level as Trent. Trent is still in his prime, where Robertson looks like he might be close to being finished. So I think there's a loyalty from the player, but at the same time, sometimes there's no loyalty from the fans. They'll be quick to turn on a player if the player is not performing well.
There's no loyalty from the clubs either, because if these players were. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that Trent's had a lot of youth teammates get released by the club.
Yeah. So like, to bring it back, the main reason why I mentioned that, I don't think Liverpool will replace Trent. I think what they'll do is they'll find a more creative left back, because there's a lot more in the market that are creative left backs that can offer more from that left-hand flank at this moment in time than there is on the right-hand side. And guess what? If Liverpool get a creative left back, it will bring more balance to the team than them going splashing the cash on another right back to try to be the same as Trent. Because let's be honest, a lot of their creativity already comes from the right-hand side. They might as well balance it out by getting a Kirkaz or Ait-Nouri or somebody of that ilk to be added to the left-hand side.
I don't disagree. I think that's the way that the football club are going to go. I think you'll end up seeing us buying a right back who's more of your, those new type of right backs, or like a centre back or a DM, and he can form a back team, and we'll go for a Kirkaz type at left back. In terms of the creativity, Trent is a very creative footballer, but we haven't used it in the same way this year. It's been a moments type thing with Trent. We haven't played through him anywhere near as much this season compared to previous years. The problem would be for us big time is if Salah was the one that went, because that's where you're fucked in terms of finding that creativity. What we have now with Trent, I think he's on his lowest assist total ever at Liverpool in a season so far, and obviously he's probably not going to get that. He's probably not going to break that this year because of the injury. So what we are losing is, he has a decent set piece threat, and he's very good at changing the game outside in moments. But do I think we can make up for that in 2, 3, 4 different players? I do think so. If you get a good left back in, if you're able to add a top striker, I think that helps a lot. If you're able to add, a real quality in possession midfielder who can properly play out of presses and can dictate the tempo like that, I think you can make it up. I think. We've known for a couple of months now that it's probably not likely that, all three are going to stay. So how do you deal with that? I think it's been a consensus that Trent is the most replaceable one in that sense.
But Tom, so like you're giving those solutions, and I think that it makes sense. But then the question is, do you think that your club are going to do that though? Like, do you think that they are going to do like what's required to keep you guys like at this high level?
Yeah, okay. I don't. Because you've got to bear in mind, we're going to make a lot of sales this summer. I think there's going to be a big clear out of the football club. I think that the people in charge are people who wanted to be ruthless under the previous regime, but the management didn't want that. And now you've got a manager who, in his time at Feyenoord, was regarded as being very ruthless. If you put two ruthless people together, people aren't safe. The likes of Nunes is going to go. I reckon Diaz will go. I wouldn't be shocked if Jossa goes. I think, Endo might go. Morton, Simicas, one of Gomez, in fact, one of, if not both, Gomez and Kwanzaa. I think there'll be a big clear out of the football club that someone will make a fair amount of money from that. Plus, you're coming off the back of winning the Premier League, so there should be a decent budget to start off with. I reckon we should have, with all the sales, 250 million quid to work with. And when you actually factor in the players that are going to be going, you've not lost an awful lot of squad quality to do that, because some of the players that will be going are players that have barely been used by the manager this season.
Tom, are you not drinking the Liverpool Kool-Aid a little bit? Let's be honest. From the Trent conversation to what you're saying now, you're painting it as everything's going to go well. When has Liverpool actually gone out there and done everything you need to get done?
2 summers ago.
They built an entire midfield in one season.
Mm-hmm.
So you honestly believe you're going to be able to do that again?
I don't see why. I don't see why not. Because we've got the right people in charge at the football club now.
I mean, you do the same thing too, though. You guys.
But the right people in charge, would not have let Trent leave on a free.
But the right people have only just taken over.
But
the right people inherited the situation rather than created the situation. If I hand you a bomb with 10 seconds to go and then it blows up, I'm not going to go moan at you. Why did you not defuse it? There was 5 minutes on the timer. These guys inherited this situation. These guys walked into this position where all 3 of the guys have 1 year left on the deal. It wasn't like they walked in 3 years ago and went, you know what? Fuck it, let's just let it.
Yeah, no, that, to be fair, that is true. Like, I would admit that too. Like, people blame Ineos for things that the Glazers started, and they just got here and they're like, oh crap, everyone's saying it's my fault, bro. I just emptied the room.
It's like I can't blame these guys for signing Nunes. None of them were here.
That is true.
They just got to deal with the aftermath of it. So I'm just looking at with who's in charge. It's Michael Edwards, the guy who built the last properly successful Liverpool team, and I know people are going to get very angry at this in the comments. As good as Jurgen Klopp was as a manager, his Achilles heel was his loyalty. We now have a manager who is apparently just win now. Screw loyalty.
Worry about it later.
Win now. Build me a squad that will win now. If we're doing that, and we got the guy who wanted, to sell Henderson and bring in Bruno Guimaraes 6 months before he went to Newcastle, but instead we gave Jordan Henderson a 5-year deal on 200 grand a week, I'm going to trust him until he shows me otherwise.
Talking about inherited situations, Mo Salah, he is also one of the big 3 that are looking at his contracts running down. Will he sign? Will he? Won't he? So Ben Jacobs has come out and said that Liverpool are looking increasingly confident that they'll be able to sign Mo Salah to an extension, and Saudi are not even trying right now to even get a contract out there. My question is, Roberto, do you believe this is the case? Do you think it's a bit of Liverpool PR and actually there might be a bit of a twist in the tail towards the end, or Mo Salah is definitely staying?
I think just because of the reports that have come out, like when you look at the timeline, it's kind of like Salah comes out, right, addresses it to reporters saying that, the holdup isn't on his end, it's on Liverpool's end, right? He's more than willing to sign. They just need to meet the terms. I think the thing that has shifted is the reports that are coming out saying that people in Saudi Arabia are kind of giving up on the idea of signing Salah. It looks like he's kind of just rejecting them outright, which lends me to believe maybe Liverpool are getting closer, to the contract being signed with Salah more so. And I think him and Van Dijk are the most indispensable. I think Trent, you could get by until you find somebody in that position. Obviously, not nobody of the same level, but good enough. But with Salah, with the production that he's having this season, he's pretty much single-handedly carrying them to this league title. Like, you can't let him go. You just can't let him go. You have to just. There are some players, and this is what I get mad at my ownership for, that you just break the wage structure for, bro. Just forget about it, man. There are some players that it doesn't matter their age or their stats. They're just providing too much to the team. You just have to break the wage structure for. Just give Salah what he demands. That's it. He's not going to be playing. It's not a 7 or 8 year contract that you're signing for Salah. He's not going to be asking for that. He's just asking to be paid what he's worth. And I think Salah does end up signing. I think it'd be a shock. It'd be an absolute shock. And at that point in time, you you would know that it's on FSG 100%. Salah has
I-
done everything and said everything possible to give the idea that he wants to stay at Liverpool. That if this does not work out, it's on FSG. There's nothing more he can say or do to make that more obvious. So,
but to be honest,
if it doesn't
though,
work,
like RSM,
boom.
like I don't
What's
think
up?
so. I do think that Van Dijk leaves. I think it'll be Van Dijk and Trent. I think Salah does stay.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's necessarily because like he's desperate to stay at Liverpool per se. Because I feel like if you're a top player like Salah and all that you're doing, especially this season, you would feel a little bit annoyed with how the contract talks are going because how much you're doing for Liverpool. But I think whereas Trent and Van Dijk have a market with top clubs around Europe, I don't think that Salah has a market. I feel like if it's not Liverpool, then I think it's Saudi. I don't necessarily think that like a Bayern or
serious?
Barca. Yeah, I'm serious. Like what?
Like,
what
are you telling me that if
Yeah.
Mohamed Salah was available on the transfer market for free, top clubs wouldn't sit there and go, "I'll have a bit of that"?
No.
Well, no,
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I think
No,
what Will's
no.
trying to say
No,
is,
like what I'm saying is,
go on.
like I don't think that Salah has the same options around Europe like a Trent and Van Dijk do. No.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's what I'm trying to say.
think what
Hang on,
Will's
hang
saying-
on, hang on.
Wait, Henry, one second. I think what Will is saying that, okay, look, say Mo Salah's available. Well, PSG, they just bought Kvaratskhelia. They've got Barcola.
Dembele's cooking.
They've got Dembele. They've got their people.
He
Bayern
starts
Munich.
both of them.
No,
No,
but
he
he's
doesn't.
wait.
He disrupts how they play.
Wait. He starts over them, yes, but as a club, it's probably like, do we want to invest in these guys or the older guys?
Just put him on a 2-year contract, and you'll only.
No, wait, but
Henry,
PSG don't
listen,
operate like that like anymore. Like, look at PSG signings; they're going for younger. Like,
Okay, so maybe not PSG, but Bayern Munich.
But this is what I'm saying. Bayern Munich, no, but Bayern Munich, they tried to get Doué, didn't work. They got Olise. They're trying to get rid of the likes of Sane and Gnabry and Koeman, who are older wingers. Again, would Mo Salah improve Bayern Munich? Yes, but is that the thinking of Bayern Munich's hierarchy now?
Okay, I hear what you're saying, and there's an argument there, but Gnabry, Sane, and Koeman combined have got like 20 odd goals this season. Mohamed Salah, I still think Barcelona will have a look at him, right?
With your ball.
And then who? Then drop who?
Because Lewandowski's like 36. There's no
But
guarantee
Salah's
that
not a
he'll be there in
striker.
2 years.
Salah's not a nine.
Salah can play up front.
They're every single team in the world would look at Mohamed Salah this season.
How
to get him in there.
The honest truth is, he's a free agent at the end of the season. We've heard of Van Dijk being linked to multiple clubs.
Solid links.
We've heard Trent to Real Madrid is almost done. Salah, the only name I've heard is Barcelona.
Yeah, that's because he's gonna stay.
Wait. So okay, hold on, wait. So Henry,
even if he's gonna stay, at this current time, clubs outside of the Premier League can offer him contracts, and we've only heard Barcelona being the team that come to the table.
Wait, so Henry, after PSG knocked out Liverpool, Van Dijk was in the back room or the back tunnels, wherever that was, talking to the president of PSG and Luis Campos, one of their directors.
Yeah,
I don't think that they really were looking to talk to Mo Salah after that game. I just don't think that the market is there.
We can't judge.
And they weren't asking Van Dijk, where's the best place in Liverpool?
But Henry, I think you're missing the point. Will isn't saying Mo Salah is not worth getting for any club.
Yes.
What he's saying is the clubs right now, the market for Mo Salah
it's just not there.
It's not there because those clubs have got their guys and they're happy. They're like say Man United were at the top or Spurs were at the top still. And we were
never at the top, but yeah.
I know, yeah, but say we were, and we need right wingers, right? There's the market. Boom, we would be there because we need a right winger. For all these other clubs, they're cool. They are set. You know what I mean? They're happy with that.
I just think it's the way. So I don't know if you saw today. There's reports out in Egypt that we're getting that we've offered them a new, better deal, and that we're very close to agreeing all the terms on it. So, but the one thing that has been consistent from minute one this season is Mohamed Salah has said he wants to stay at the football club and that is his priority. So I'm not shocked that other teams haven't made it clear that they're in the market for a player who doesn't want to go. But what I'm saying is, if tomorrow Salah announced, I'm going, I think all of a sudden PSG go, you know what, we can sell Kang In Lee and we can accommodate Mohamed Salah. Bayern and go, you know what, we can move Elise to the 10. Musiala to the left and we'll put Salah on the right.
Well, are you telling me Madrid don't look at Salah if he's on a free? And he announces he wants to go.
Oh.
Madrid don't go. There's another Galactico.
No.
Squad player. Wait. For
Salah, that's a squad player.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of links Rodrigo wants out. There's no
links that Rodrigo wants out. There's links that Liverpool want him. Like, there's no links. But regardless, Tom, you have to understand, bro. There's no the way that you're crashing it on like Trent, for example. You do know that players lie, right? Because Mo Salah could be coming out and saying, "I want to stay," but then go to the club and say, "Yeah, but I want like $550 a week for me to resign." So it's like,
but he's not
going to come out and say, "Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about leaving, right? Like, I don't think I want to be here anymore." But it doesn't mean that that's what his actions are showing, right? Like, in terms of what he's doing with the club, because I'm pretty sure that Liverpool would have loved to just had this deal wrapped up by now. So maybe he's asking for stuff that he knows the club aren't going to necessarily give him.
I've got a question.
But then what does that achieve? Because at this point, it's not achieving anything because he would only
save his legacy. Because look at how you guys are treating Trent. So he's let me make it.
But Mohamed Salah's legacy is safe anyway. It doesn't matter if he said he wants to leave at the end of the season now or whatever. He doesn't need to go and try and ask for 500 grand a week, even though he deserves that. He doesn't need to go ask for that thing, and the club won't pay it because he is fine. The way he's handled it is perfectly natural and normal and acceptable. But the point with Salah is he has stated time and time again he wants to stay. Same with Virgil van Dijk.
But Mbappe did the same thing. He said, "I want to stay at PSG.
I feel like we're going over old ground.
But I want to stay. But I'm not signing a new deal."
No, I feel like we're going over old ground here.
But Salah has said he wants to sign a new deal. Van Dijk said he wants to sign a new deal.
And Salah he wanted to stay, and then was at Barcelona like 5 months later. Like,
if your point is Mohamed Salah is using the football club, is using Liverpool to get a better deal from a club elsewhere, he wouldn't come out every other week and say, "I want to stay at the football club," because that's just going to mean there's no interest in him.
But of course he would, because then now that puts the pressure on FSG, because now all the public perception is the
pressure is on FSG anyway, regardless of if he was saying anything or not. The pressure was on FSG with Trent, and Trent said "fuck all."
No, yeah, but look at how you just said that if Mo Salah leaves, you're not going to blame him like you blame Trent. You're going to blame the board because Mo Salah's come out and said that he wants to. The same thing. It's because he's trying to protect himself. Players lie all the time.
Salah doesn't need to protect himself.
We are going over the same point in a loop here. I want to end it here. I'm going to end the Mo Salah talk here and Liverpool talk because Tom he's changed color, and I think he actually that bomb that he was talking about with
Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk are staying. End of discussion. And Conor Bradley's better than Trent. Next topic.